Well, hello, everyone. I wanted to actually come sit down on the couch and invite you to come next to me because today we're going to be talking about how to close more sales in your interior design business and some of the things that might be going on with you right now. I invite you to come in and sit down with me, and we're just going to have a little bit of a coffee chat today and talk about some of the things that might be going on. Hey, Patricia, good to see you here. And you guys, as you come on, please tell me where you're coming in from because I would love to hear that. Because one of the things that's been happening is I have really hit a nerve in the design community when it comes to sales and marketing. Because of course, we are taught, even if we're self-taught, we spend all our time learning about how to be a great designer and how to handle a project once it's awarded to us. But Patricia is in Springfield, Massachusetts. Good to see you. I'm wondering if you're getting the old heat wave up there. I know it's really heading into the Midwest, Patricia. So um, tell us where you guys are coming in from. I would love to hear about that. And also, like Patricia, since I've already got you on the hook here and you're already answering my question, what kind of design work are you doing? And, just what kind of projects are you working on? So yes, she's hitting the heat wave. We were just talking about this, how, 90 degrees anywhere else in the world is like really, really hot. Whereas we're just so used to it here in Florida that we kind of don't think anything of it. But I do, see everyone across the country really feeling the burn, literally. So, so thank you for being here. And Patricia, tell me what kind of work you do. Um, Frank, I see you as well. Like, what kind? Are you an architect? It looks like you might be an architect. So I'd like to hear about that. That would be awesome. But this whole sales and marketing thing is really hitting a nerve with people because we're just not taught that part. And of course, a lot of times we're not even taught how to run a business, and we are possibly working for someone. And then at somewhere along the line, we kind of decide that it's time for us to go on our own, which is awesome. And we feel very confident maybe in our design abilities. But now we have to wear another hat, right? We have to wear this sales and marketing hat. So many of us are introverted, myself included. Oh, Franklin from Brazil. Well, hello, Brazil. Love to have an international person here. Thanks so much for joining. Are you an architect? And I'd love to hear what kind of work you're doing there. Hey, Susan, nice to see you. Tell me where you're from, where you guys are, kind of joining from. I would love to hear that. It's always great. Um, I'm running a workshop called Sales for Introverts coming up, and one of the things that I'm able to see is where everyone's located. And it's incredible that universally designers are having, really a hard time with sales and marketing. I mean, I'm seeing designers from California and from Nashville and from Texas and from Canada. So I would of course love to have Brazil represented there, Franklin, if you're interested in that. But, we're taught to be great designers, but we're not taught to really like, how do we run our businesses? How do we start conversations with people? How do we better qualify clients? And one of the things that I wanted to be talking about today. Oh, Susan is from Houston. Hey, Susan. So you guys are getting ready to get some weather there too, right? Some big moisture's coming your way. I'm looking at the radar because this time of year, we're always looking at hurricane season, right? And I think you have some moist blobs coming your way. So I hope you guys stay dry and everything works out there in Houston. Tell me what kind of work you're doing, Susan. That would be interesting for me to hear. If you're doing residential, if it's renovations or new homes or whatever. But we want to talk about how we can start closing more clients, and not only just closing clients, but closing the clients that we want to work with, right? And that is, it's really hard. It's really, really hard. And it's not something that we're taught. And it's also generally not innate in that creative, in our creative people's, we like to be doing our thing, right? We like to create, but we don't like to talk to people and we don't like to market and do sales. Hey, Christina, I know she's joining from Naples. So Christina and I know each other. Christina does design and art and all kinds of things. So thanks for being here, girl. Very happy to have you. So there may be three things going on in your business right now. And these are the three big themes that I'm hearing from so many people is one, very few inquiries are coming in. So that's like one of the biggest things is there's just not enough happening or very little. And it's very discouraging. I can totally understand how when the phone's not ringing and you're just not feeling like you're even getting a shot, right? That it's so incredibly deflating. So, that's one of the big themes that people are saying, I'm not getting enough inquiries. Now, maybe you are getting inquiries. Good for you, getting inquiries. So things are happening, but they're really not the right fit. Like they're not the type of project you want to do. Maybe the clients have an unrealistic idea of what designers can provide or cost or how long things take or what's involved. So you're getting, maybe the second thing is you're getting opportunities, but they're just not really what you're looking for. So it's almost like you're getting very few because it's a little bit difficult. And maybe you're getting those opportunities. This is another thing that I run into. Hey, Gina, good to see you. One of the things that I'm running into with people is that if they're getting opportunities and they're not jobs that they really want to do, or they can already tell it's not going to be great, they try to figure out a way to take the job anyway. Because we're taught that, to turn down an opportunity as a starving artist is crazy, like that we should never do that. So maybe that's the category you're in. So either very few inquiries or maybe you're getting opportunities, but they're just not what you're looking for. And then the third thing is maybe you're getting opportunities and they're all feeling really good, and kind of excited about them, but you're just not closing them. So those are the three big themes is not enough, getting opportunities, but not what you want, or getting those opportunities that you want, but they're just not able to close them. So I want to kind of take a couple steps back and talk about the three big stages of the sales process, because I think this is really important for you to be aware of, because I'm also seeing some confusion as to where designers think these inquiries are coming in and what part of the sales process they are in. Hey, Audra, good to see you. I know Audra's joining us from Tampa. So Audra, great to have you here. So the three stages of the sales process that I want to talk about is one is awareness, meaning they kind of know that you're there. They know you exist. Two is interest. And three is decision. So those are the three big parts of the sales process. Of course, that can be broken down a little bit smaller, but for this example, we're going to say awareness, interest, and decision. Now, a lot of designers are getting confused as to when somebody contacts them in some way that they are ready to make a decision. And I want you to be aware of the three layers of that sales process to understand where people are coming to you in their thoughts. And I want to give you an example right now. So, hey, Audra, good to see you, girl. So one of the things I want you to think about is how you handle your own buying decisions in your own life. And the example that I thought of this morning, which might seem a little random, is lawn service. So what if you were thinking about employee lawn service to help you cut the grass for your home, right? What were how would you go about doing that? First of all, you would probably ask around, right? You would ask around to friends and family to see if somebody had a recommendation. You might ask around to your neighbors. So that's like your first foray into that. And actually, before I even get to the asking part, this is really, really important. The first question would be, why are you looking for a lawn service? So, hey, Camille. Hey, good to see you, Camille. Where are you joining from? Tell everybody. So, we're talking about we've got Brazil in the house, we've got Florida in the house, we've got Houston in the house. So, we're going global right now. So good to have you here. So, if you were to hire a lawn service for your home, first of all, this is like I think one of the big gaps that designers struggle with, and I want you to be aware of this, is if I were to hire a lawn service, there might be multiple reasons why I would be looking to hire a lawn service. And you're going to extrapolate this to design service, right? Camille is in San Francisco. Hey, California, we're doing it all. We got all the time zones going. What kind of work do you do, Camille? Tell us. We got some residential, we've got some architects, we've got remodeling going on. So tell us what you're working on. So why would you consider hiring a lawn service? It's not because you absolutely need a lawn service right now. I mean, that could be one of the reasons, but there are other reasons as well. So here's what we're thinking about. You might be curious what it costs to have someone take care of your lawn, because it would be nice if somebody did that for you. But you're currently doing it. You really don't mind doing it. It's not a problem. It just, maybe a couple friends were talking about lawn services and you're like, that might be like kind of a nice thing to take off the plate. So one could be you're just curious and maybe it would be a nice thing to have someone do for you. The second is maybe you clearly don't have any time to take care of your lawn. You're working 2 jobs. You've got a side hustle. Your job is very demanding. Maybe you have children and you work all day and then at night is all, taking the kids here and there and going to events and things like that. So Camille does kitchens. Hey, Camille, I know Camille renovates kitchens too. So she's a badass woman with her power tools, right, Camille? So if you were looking to hire a lawn service, you might just be curious because it might be a nicety to have. You might find that you're really having a hard time fitting it in and that you really can't do it, right? And the third reason might be it's completely out of control. You need somebody to help you with it now. You've gotten a letter from the homeowners association. So do you see when you make an inquiry, the reasoning that you are hoping or thinking that people should have when they want to hire a designer is that they want to have a beautiful home, right? And they want it to function perfectly. That may or may not be your prospect's reasoning for contacting you. So, the reason I'm telling you this is because I'm finding that the biggest issue that people are having when it comes to not being able to close inquiries, not having the right inquiries, not, getting the right people to contact them, is that we're not spending enough time qualifying. And we're assuming that when somebody contacts us, that they want to hire us for all the reasons that we want to be hired. We're assuming that they want to hire us for all the reasons that we want to be hired. And that may or may not be the case. And then, of course, we get excited and we want to run out and just basically get the job, right? And I'm saying if we slow down and do a lot more in the pre-qualification stage, then we can go ahead and be moving through the process and really understanding a lot of why they're coming to us, whether or not they're a good fit, and what they're looking for. So let's get back to the lawn service example. So we went over why somebody might be contacting us and then, or why somebody might be looking into hiring a lawn service. And then the first thing is you're going to be asking friends and family. You're going to be asking for recommendations. You're maybe going to be going to your referral network. So your friends, your family, your neighbors. And then if you're maybe getting 1 or 2 names, you might also be asking people you run into contact with, like your vendors. Like you might be saying to your handyman, hey, do you know a good lawn service? Or you might be asking your plumber or your painter or whatever. Somebody that you're coming in contact with. Because when you're on the hunt, you're on the hunt, right? So you're trying to gather names and see if you can get a couple other inquiries. So you're going to be compiling information. So I want you to be thinking like your client, your potential client would be trying to find you. They're probably, they have a reason why they've started this process. Now they're talking to people, and now they're going to go ahead and look at various ways. Of course, they're going to, get those recommendations, but then they want to find out more information about you. So they're going to go to your website, or they're going to go to Instagram, or they're going to go to Facebook, right? So they're going to start building the case on why they're going to maybe pick two people to talk to. Maybe they're going to talk to one or two people. Now, think about this from a design standpoint, or from the example that we're using, which is the lawn service. If you went ahead and were asking people for recommendations, doing your research, who do you like, what's going on, if you kept hearing the same name over and over and over again, or if somebody gave an absolutely glowing review, you may only go to one person instead of, going through the time and the energy and the hassle of interviewing two people. So there is the power of a great network that can go ahead and, be referring people back and forth and talking about how wonderful you are, and that third party review. So I want you to be thinking about ways that you can, one, be pre-qualifying clients better and for a longer period of time. It's still a quick process, but you kind of dive in pretty deeply ahead of time. And two, how can you start expanding your network so that you're getting that third party recommendation? So I want to talk about a desired website that I looked at today, and this may be happening on your site as well. So somebody signed up for my Sales for Introvert free webinar. It's actually coming up in a couple weeks. And if you're interested in getting better at sales and closing better projects, like really, really closing and understanding who's coming to you and closing those better projects, then you want to go ahead and sign up for that free webinar. The waitlist information is under my bio information. You can go ahead and click on there and get joined in. So she joined up for the free class, and she is located out west. Her work is beautiful. The setting that she's doing her work in is gorgeous, mountains and amazing things all in the background. So it's beautiful. And her biggest struggle was that she's just not getting, it's like crickets out there. She's just not getting any inquiries, and the ones she's getting are just, it's just never enough. It's not enough. She wants to start growing her business. Now, I went ahead and looked at her website and looked at her Instagram to just see what was happening there. And I will tell you, and I know we're all guilty of this, you need to take off your site that you bring dreams to reality, that you give them a functional home, that you can, take what they have and rearrange it and make it beautiful. Like, yawn, boring, tells me nothing. And it was interesting as I dug deeper. So these are the things that were on her site that, and it was all about sign up for a consultation, or get on the phone with me and we'll talk about your project. We can talk about your project. But I wasn't compelled to really even get to that point to talk about my project, because I wasn't sure what she could help me with, right? Let's go back to the lawn situation. If I'm just curious what it's going to cost versus I need somebody to help me now because the homeowners association is going to start finding me, those are two different motivations. You have to know generally what your clients are looking for and what they need. So it was really interesting when I was on her site. I saw two amazing nuggets in there that were buried in the information. And I'm going to reach out to her and point these out to her, because to me, this is the gold. This is the gold that's just hiding in her website. So one of the things that she had on her website was a testimonial. And this woman had said, oh my God, Barry was an incredible designer. She really helped us create this beautiful home, especially while we were 15 hours away. And she was able to handle all these details for us and keep us well informed. And we were able to get this project done, even though we were so far away. Serious gold. This tells me that some of her clients may have second or third homes in that area, and they are building homes when they are not around. And they want somebody to be there, on their side, right? To be watching their back, to be looking at what's happening. And she talks nothing about this in her website. And I was thinking, wow, what an incredible nugget that is there that could really help you start to connect with a client, a potential client, before they've even contacted you. This also goes to you have to know what you're looking for. When it becomes too bland and too generic, nobody understands. Like, you're just looking like one of many, and there's so much stress in the design industry because clients don't understand. They don't know what to expect. They don't really know what we do, but we're not telling them. We're just saying, we're going to help you. How? How are you going to help me? So I see this as a potential gold mine for her and her business. Was talking about people who are building or renovating a vacation home or another home, maybe a future retirement home, in this amazing setting. That was the other thing. Amazing setting. So why isn't more posts about, basically the good life of where she is out west? So they'll be talking about that, the incredible, just how incredibly more relaxed you are in this environment, or what it would be like to come into a home in this area, even if it's just for regular vacations. Like, you got to be talking up these things. These are the heartstrings, right, of what we're doing. And that's really makes it so much better than we create beautiful interiors with high function. We know the function's important. They don't care about that. They're worried about having someone watch their back while they're 15 hours away and while they're building their dream home or their vacation home or their retirement home, right? That's what they're looking for. Okay, so that was one of the things I saw. The other thing that I saw was that she casually mentioned that she can really help people with pets have homes that embrace the fact that they have pets. And, she's like, my pet is a big part of my life, and I like to have homes and work on homes where people have pets. And they can feel really comfortable that the pets are like a big part of what's going on in their home. Amazing. Way, way better than we create a beautiful home. Who gives a shit? All right? We want our pets to be a part of our family. We want our pets to be in the bed with us, on the couch with us, right? In this beautiful setting. So in the area that she is, which I think was either like Montana or Oregon or something like that, beautiful views. Most of those people are outdoors people. Most of those people have pets. Most of those people want to be out hiking and doing all the things. And they want a home where they can walk in and just plop down on the couch and it's not precious, right? And they want their dog next to them. Talk about an amazing way to start to really dial in that conversation as to why and how you can help someone. So she had those two things like buried in her website in terms of what she was doing and how she could help people. And that's what I want you to be thinking of is, how can you start asking questions of these potential clients that are reaching out to you? Like, why are they contacting you? So one question could be, so why are you contacting me now? Like, what's going on? Maybe they have a renovation that's coming up and they've hired a contractor, and now the contractor's like, I only work with people who have designers. We can only hope. Maybe they have a situation where they worked with a designer and the designer got fired, left. These are things that you want to know. Or maybe they're the planners. Maybe they're the people that says, we have a project that's coming up in a year And we want to try to get a lot of this groundwork done. I mean, geez, sign me up. Like this is the kind of client that I want. When I'm interviewing a client, the clients that I want are all former CEOs and people that are quick decision makers. And so most of them that's one of the questions is like kind of comes up in conversation is like, oh, because I live in an area where most people have a second or third home. Many are either retired or close to retirement. So they bought this home and they're like maybe a year away from retirement, or maybe one of the spouses is retired and then the second one's going to follow in a year or two. So these are the questions. Hey, what's going on? Why are you calling me now? And then they love to talk. They would say, oh, my husband's retired. I am a retired executive, but now I've gone back and now I'm doing consulting for my company. So I'm a little bit more flexible with where I can be. These are the things that I'm like, my ears are perked up because executives are making quick decisions. They are trusting to find really good tradespeople and good designers to take care of them while they're not here. They don't have time. They're not interested. They want to be doing a million other things. So these qualifying questions are really going to help you. What about asking, have you ever hired a designer before? If they say yes, you could say, oh, tell me about that experience. Tell me how that worked. And I would also, this is the other question, the follow-up question I ask is, well, I'm curious why you're not working with that person here. And sometimes they will say something like, well, I really would rather work with someone local who knows the area, who has good contacts. Okay, perk. Like these are things that you need to, and then you need to be repeating these things back to them. Oh, well, that's amazing because I have some great contacts here. And I use all of these people that I've been using for 20 years. And this is our specialty is we are your eyes and boots on the ground while you're out, when you're not here in the summer while these renovations are going on. So these are the types of things that you need to be thinking about to better qualify clients, not just like I got a live one and now I want to figure out how I can go ahead and get them to sign the dotted line. So if you're getting very few inquiries or you're getting opportunities and they're not the ones that you want, or if you're getting the right opportunities and you're not able to close them, qualifying these clients is going to be one of the biggest ways that you can start to gather much more information as to why these people are coming to you. And one of the tools that I'm teaching in my Sales for Introverts workshop is called the Shock and Awe Box. And the Shock and Awe Box is going to really help you sort of set the expectations and the boundaries and let them know why you are the only one that they should be working with. They don't need to interview two designers. They only need to interview you, because once they see this information come across their desk, literally as a physical piece of mail, they are going to realize we don't need to look anymore because we've got what we need. So if you're needing help with figuring out who you should be going after and how you should be qualifying them better, and then subsequently moving them across the finish line so that you can close them, then you need to be in that workshop, Sales for Introverts. It's coming up in just a few weeks, and you can sign up with the information in my bio or in the show notes, because this will also be on the podcast. And I hope you guys have gotten a lot of information about this. We really need to be asking so many more questions and then understanding the motivation of why clients are coming to us. And again, asking them, why are you reaching out to me now? What's going on? What's pressing in terms of this project, or what's happening? Are you just starting your research? Have you been researching? Was I a recommendation to you, or how did you find me? And then you just keep having those great conversations. And I would be recording those conversations because they're going to be telling you some really interesting pieces of information that's going to help you start to market better and better and better as you go along. So I hope this has helped you guys today to start closing a lot more opportunities. And if you want to get really good at this, then I want you to join my Sales for Introverts workshop that's coming up. The waitlist is open. Go ahead and sign up for that. And I will see you next week on the next live. I'll talk to you soon. Take care, everybody.